You will learn how to allow the user to pick an image from phone gallery and then to compress that image. So when the user click on this image icon button, we call this function choose image. We implement it above the widget build. Now for the picking image, we will use the image picker dependency. So add image underscore picker, and then to compress the images, we will use the Flutter image compressor dependency. So Flutter underscore image underscore compress. And to handle these images, as it will be compressing, so we will use the path provider. Once you add these three dependencies, click pubcat, import the packages, for example the path provider, path dot dot is path. So import the path provider dot dot, the image picker, and the Flutter image compressor. So now let's proceed stepwise. So first we pick image from the gallery using the image picker. Now this image file we assign to the picked image. Since the image which will be picked by user from the phone gallery, it will be of type X file. So we check if the picked image is not equals to null. If we have the image file, then we convert that X file to file. So we say file and we say picked image dot path, which will be converted to file, and it is our original file. Then we create a temporary directory for the compressed file, since we are going to compress this original image file in order to decrease its size. So for that purpose we need a temporary directory for the compressed file data. So we get the temporary directory like this, and we assign it to temp dir, temporary directory, and then we say path.join temporary directory dot path at this path, and then we give the name for this image. So we say compress underscore dollar. In here we need to give it a unique name, and then after it the image type dot jpg. So the unique name we can use the current date time. So it will be the path for the image, for the compressed image. Then after it we compress image. So we use compress with file. For example, we say wait flutter image compress dot compress with file, and we pass the original file path to it with quality 25%. Now if you want to keep it 80%, 50%, go ahead and do it so by changing the value to 80% quality or 50% quality, whatever it is. I will go with low quality 25%. And then after it we check if the compressed bytes is not equals to null. Then we simply convert our image file to bytes form like this, and we assign it to compressed file. Then after it we assign the compressed file to underscore image file, and let's print out also the original size of the image before compression. And then also the compressed size, that is after compression, what is the size now. So let me explain again. What we have done here is that first we allow the user to pick image from gallery. Now once the image you get from the gallery as a user, next is we check if picked file is not equals to null. So the picked file is of type X file, so we have to convert that X file to type file. Then we have to compress this image file. So in order to compress any image, we first create a temporary directory for that. So we create the temporary directory, and using that we compress the image using the Flutter image compress with file. Now after that we check if the compressed bytes is not equals to null. That is, if we have the compressed image data, we get that compressed image and then we assign that compressed image file to our image file, and in the logs we display, or you can say we print out the original size before compression and after compression, just to check if everything goes successful. Now let's install the app on the phone. Now let's pick an image. So you can see here the original size was 26 KB and the compressed size is 14 KB.